Very explosive hearing on Capitol Hill today. Democratic presidential candidate RFK Jr. testified about government censorship, and surprise, surprise, the Democrats on the committee tried to censor him. Can't make it up. Take a look how things went down.
I was the first person censored by as the chairman pointed out, by the Biden administration 2 days after it came into office. This is a letter that many of you signed. Many of my fellow Democrats. I've spent my life in this party. I've devoted my life to the values of this party. There's 102 people signed this. This itself is evidence of the problem that this hearing was convened to address. This is an attempt to censor a censorship hearing.
I move that we move into executive session because Mr. Kennedy has repeatedly made despicable anti-Semitic and anti-Asian comments as recently as last week.
To say that I created a film that encourages blacks not to get adequate medical care is just completely abhorrent.
Don't misuse my words.
It's the witness's time. Do not censor the witness.
I'm not censoring the witness. I'm not censoring the witness. He's still talking.
It's my time, and I've given it to the witness. Do not censor him.
I'm not censoring him.
If the views that you and others have applied to me, I've attributed to me, if they were actually true, I can see why I shouldn't be able to testify here today. Those are not true. These are defamations and malignancies that are used to censor me, to prevent people from listening to the actual things that I'm saying.
Wow. As a reminder, we have an exclusive town hall with RFK Jr. next Tuesday night right here in New York City. Tickets are free. Just go to Hannity.com. Here with reaction, he is the chairman of the very important House Subcommittee on the Weaponization of Government and the House Judiciary Committee. Jim Jordan is with us. Congressman, great to have you. All right, it's a hearing on censorship, and Democrats tried to censor their fellow Democrat. Can you explain that, Congressman?
Right.
Can't make that up.
Well, nothing's new, Sean. They've been after this guy since, as he said, and I said in my opening statement, since the second day of the Biden administration. There's a tweet, or excuse me, an email that goes to Twitter from the White House that says, take down this tweet ASAP. And the tweet is from Robert F. Kennedy. And there's nothing in that tweet that is wrong. Everything is factually accurate. And yet they're trying. In fact, the subject line of the email says, RFK misinformation, but it wasn't misinformation. It was accurate. And frankly, even if it was, the First Amendment protects that as well. So the Democrat Party has now become the party of censorship, the party that doesn't embrace the most important liberty we have, our right to talk, our right to speak, and to speak in a political fashion and not be harassed and targeted for doing so. But they did it to, of all people, the most famous name in Democrat politics for the last three-quarters of a century is the Kennedy name, and they're so committed to this censorship, they're even going after him.
Okay, now, one of the worst examples of real censorship, the FBI, and this goes to the heart of the Judiciary Committee investigation that you are a part of. The FBI has Hunter Biden's very real laptop, and they have it in December 2019. And they authenticated that it was his in March of 2020. And then in the months leading up to the election in 2020, the presidential election, the FBI was meeting weekly with big tech companies. We learned from the July 4th ruling in that case in Missouri. Eric Schmidt was the AG, he's now a senator from Missouri. We learned that the integrity site head at Twitter, guy by the name of Yoel Roth, that he was being told by FBI officials that had the laptop, that verified the authenticity of the laptop, that in fact their company and every other big tech company was being told that they may be victims of misinformation that may be about Joe and Hunter Biden. The FBI also knew that the president's attorney, President Trump's attorney, had a copy of Hunter's laptop, and that would likely be leaked. Lo and behold, the laptop story comes out in the New York Post, and they all censored it. And the American people didn't get to see it, and a lot of polls show it would have had a dramatic, drastic impact on that election.
Yeah, and Sean, what we learned this week is that day that story comes out, Emma Jo Morris, who testified today, was the author of that story in the New York Post. The day that story comes out, the FBI just happens to be meeting with Twitter that same day. And in that meeting, someone from Twitter, we got this from Laura Dimlow, head of the Foreign Influence Task Force at the FBI when we deposed her 3 days ago. That same day, Twitter's meeting with the FBI. Someone from Twitter asked the FBI, is the laptop real? The FBI, some agent answers, yes, it is. And then quickly an FBI lawyer jumps in the conversation and says, no further comment. So they confirmed it, and then they went to no comment. Later that same day, the FBI is also meeting with Facebook. Facebook asked the same question because that day, that was the biggest story. And people were wondering, and these companies were wondering because, as you pointed out, Sean, they'd been prepped to understand a hack and leak operation was coming. It was going to involve Hunter Biden. Here it comes. And they want to know if it's real. The FBI in the meeting with Facebook says no comment. So they will not confirm what they know to be true. In fact, what one agent kind of slipped up, it looks like, and confirmed to Twitter earlier that same day. Important information. Now we know that they knew, the same people who were briefing about this hack and leak thing coming, they knew ahead of time and wouldn't confirm it and allowed the country, in just days before the most important election we have, allowed the country to have that story censored, which is exactly what happened.
Let me go to this other issue and what we now know as it relates to Joe Biden, the president, and that is this FBI informant. Now we know why the DOJ and the FBI didn't want to hand over that 1023 form. Now we know it's in that 1023. Credible source, human source, telling the FBI that, in fact, that in the case of Biden and Burisma, that Hunter Biden, who they thought was dumb, was being paid money because Joe Biden was going to help protect them. Joe Biden brags about protecting Burisma by demanding the investigator, the prosecutor gets fired, he gets fired, Hunter continues to get paid, and the Biden family makes a fortune in the process. What do you call that in Ohio, Congressman? Because I have a word for it here in New York.
Yeah, we call it wrong, and we certainly call it suspicious. And I thought what John Solomon said in your first segment, Sean. Yeah. Well, you can say what you can.
I'll say it in a nice way. That's called a shakedown. That is called influence peddling.
Yeah, but I do think what John Solomon said earlier, Sean, where remember in 2019, this is what they went after President Trump on. It was all about Burisma and the phone call in Ukraine. So when John Solomon said, we got to go back, I lived that. I was in the bunker in the basement with Adam Schiff doing these depositions, defending President Trump because it was so ridiculous. But they attacked President Trump on the very thing they were involved in. So typical of the Democrats, it seems to me. So John Solomon's right. Let's go back and dig into those facts. I think that will be interesting, something I'm going to be doing over the next few weeks.
All right, Jim Jordan, keep up the great work. Important stuff that you guys are doing. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.